Hey guys, it is your boy Brett Biggers here. Welcome to another video. In today's video, this is going to be the final high school video. Not as in, oh, it's the final one. No, it's the final one of the season. And also a couple of other announcements before I make this, or before we get into the video. First off, like and subscribe. We are on the road to getting to 1,000 subscribers, hopefully by the end of the year. And second of all, thank you guys so much to getting to 550 subscribers. I think I have already made it. I should have already had a video come out by now, specifically about that topic. And also, this series will be taking a break. Not a long break, but it's going to take a couple of weeks. So the reason why I'm doing this is because one, I have one other new series that I want to introduce, and two, I think I might just wait until like maybe the end of summer, or not the end of summer. Oh God, no. Probably June, maybe. I don't know, but I'm not gonna upload it probably for the rest of May, at least. Maybe one in May. I don't know, but so far that's what I'm currently have planned. Because again, I want to get new series out, and also kind of want to run with that three-man army series. Try to get a season done at least with that series, because God, it is so annoying playing doing that freaking series over and over. It's super annoying, but yeah. There will be an off seasons video. I think I might upload this next week, but the off seasons video is where I'm going to be upgrading players. I'll upgrade 7 random players. 7 random players, and I will also announce who was the MVP of this team, and the MVP will either get all of his upgrades done if he already has X Factor, or will get an additional. He will go up in depth trait. So that means, like, for example, let's say hypothetically, I say Jack Bunyan was the player of the year, which, spoiler alert, he's not. Um, he will get Superstar X Factor with both positions. So it's not like, oh, it's super huge. No, it's very, very small. And actually, I think I'm gonna do MVP as in all, like, the entire team, and then I'm gonna do offensive and defensive MVP. The actual MVP is the rewards that just state, but the offensive MVP will just get upgrades, and defensive will also just get upgrades. They won't get death trait upgrades because that will just be a different story. And I think I gotta do special teams too a little bit. Not gonna lie. Maybe I might do special teams, or maybe not. I don't know. But you know what I also could do? I could also do most improved player. I could do that as well because I definitely have improved a lot of players in their overall ratings. So I could also just do that. I could if I wanted to. Just to make things interesting. But yeah, I think that's probably gonna be it in terms of upgrades. I think that's all I'm gonna do. So we get MVP, offensive MVP, defensive MVP, and that's about it. So it's gonna take a while, and then I'll officially decide what I think should be the MVP. So it's gonna take a while though for that. But anyway, I think that's all I have to say. And let's get into the video. So I actually forgot about this. I was literally just about to jump into the game, but we gotta upgrade 5 random players. I forgot about this. Number generator 1 through 46. So actually, Google's already generated. Wait, we have 51 players on the roster? Do we actually have 51? Or is that including players that aren't on the roster? Because there should be players. Yeah, Tyler Davis is a player who shouldn't be on the roster. So there's one. But is there like any other player, or is that just not it? I don't know. I could be wrong. So far I haven't seen anybody. You know what I actually could do? I also could just look at age because everybody should be off the roster. You know, that's the thing. Everybody should. Yeah, everybody's 20 years old. That's what's supposed to be. So we really do just have like 50 players on this roster. I did not know that, but whatever. I'll just keep it 146. Generating the first number, we get 22, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. Chase Real gets an upgrade. Does it help us like now because he's just an offensive lineman who's a backup, but it does definitely help. Next number we get is number 9. So this is currently at 22. So 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10. Cameron gets an upgrade. This is actually pretty huge because, yeah, it only helps us for basically this game. But again, this is the Super Bowl we're talking about here. So that definitely helps. Number 11 is next, which that will be Max Zillman. Actually, kind of clutch, I'm not going to lie. This is a very clutch upgrade because we desperately needed another half. We needed an upgrade for him. 10 is next, which will be Chase Real, but this time at defensive tackle. I think I'm going to upgrade his finesse moves. He's very, very low finesse moves. If I did have to imagine, he probably does. Yeah, he has 53 finesse moves. That's very low. 14. So 11, 12, 13, 14. So Jack gets an upgrade. And I'm pretty sure this is the second to last one. And this is a very clutch upgrade because Jack has missed a lot of wide open passes and it pisses me off. Then we got 12, which will be Carter Melkar at the running back position, which is actually also very crucial upgrade because, again, we can use upgrades at halfback. I'm going to be honest with you. We're very close, by the way, to getting his other ability slot. So not only that might help us short term, but it also might help us long term. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's gonna be it for upgrades. So now we're finally going into the Super Bowl against the Kansas City Chiefs. So we are a 71 overall team going against an 89 overall team. It's not like the odds has been against us this entire season or anything. And also, whoever wins Super Bowl MVP, I forgot to mention this. Whoever wins Super Bowl MVP does get upgrades. So just to let you know that ahead of time. So I might stay a little longer than I should, just to make sure that I know who the Super Bowl MVP is. So yeah, but that's if we win the Super Bowl. Because usually, or actually it's always, whoever wins the Super Bowl gets the MVP player. So, there we go. Wide open, Carson Hill to start off the game. Started off hot today. 21 yards for Carson Hill. So the only player we really got to worry about, really, is why am I forgetting his name? Chris Jones. That is the only player that we really got to be scared about on there. So outside of that, I feel like this should be a very 3rd and inches. This is a simple fullback die situation. It's not that complicated at all. Like this should be easy double team block on him and first down. Yep, there we go. Got precisely 1 yard on that carry, but hey, it's good enough for a first. I'm not gonna complain. Oh yeah, I forgot Joey's back at wide receiver. It's so weird because oh boy. This is why I shouldn't be talking when I'm throwing the dang ball. It's been such a long time since I throw it or had Joey at wide receiver. Or not wide receiver. Yeah, wide receiver. Because, with the injuries, it wasn't that simple. Let's just have him in. But anyways, I need to really concentrate. That's a great tackle. Is that Pacheco? Is that Pikachu, as my dad would like to call it? That is what... Yes, that is what my dad calls it. No, that's Kareem Hunt. Interesting. Oh, shit, it's play action. Oh! Max Zillman with the interception! Max Zillman, you're a god. Max Zillman, what a clutch interception. I'm going to say this right now. He is definitely up there for the defensive MVP conversation. I might actually talk about the defensive MVPs or offensive MVPs while I'm out there. Max is up there. He's definitely up there for defensive MVP because he made a lot of big crucial plays. Like, not only that he's gotten interceptions like he just did right there, he's also actually gotten, you know, sacks as well. He's been one of the biggest contributors at sacks as well, which is something that we, aren't really that great at doing, which is generating mass rush. No offense, but, it's what happens. 2nd and 4 here. I'm running a screen pass, and dang, I got destroyed. 3rd and 4, not an ideal situation, but hey, we might be able to kick a field goal. Okay. 4th and in. Yeah, I'm going for this. That's not a question. Chase Barber is now injured. Well, I mean, thank God I'm not going to even throw it on this play, but god dang, that does not help matters. So that means Gable is at our WR3 position. And that's a good, just, solid couple of yards by Caleb Kimball. Why was I forgetting his name? Anyway. Oh, that's a wide open Carson Hill. He's still going. Down on the 2-yard line. Chase just has a shoulder strain, so he should be able to come back. What is up with my controller? Jesus Christ. I'm also using the wrong controller currently, so that's probably the reason why it's not working well. And second and goal going just short. All right, this is going to be a touchdown, 100% touchdown. There you go. I told you. Touchdown, Carter Mellicar, baby. Score is now 7-0. Thank God, because I don't know how many times we're going to stop the Chiefs' offense. I'm not going to lie with you. Here we go. Piece of the kickoff. And we get a nice tackle. That would be Tilly. Tilly has made a lot of big tackles on special teams. He definitely has. Let's shoot the counter. Great job stuffing him up like a pretzel. 2nd and 13. We do got to watch the pass here. It is a pass. It's a screen, but freaking Chase Barber wraps that up quickly, making it a 3rd and 13. Or 3rd and 16, sorry. And you already know, I'm going to play prevention, and I'm playing zone coverage, because we already know this is going to be a pass play, 100%. Pass, you got to not leave people open like that, but 4th and inches, so should be just fine. But that was not ideal, allowing a 4th and inches from 3rd and 16. Not ideal. All right. Decent return, getting it to the 21. Does this playbook have jet sweep by any chance? Wait, actually, let me look. Game plan, formation, concepts, screen pass, options, runs. Jet sweeps. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. Yes, we know. Chase is back from injury. Leave us alone. All right. Miller gets a nice 3 yards. I was hoping to, surprisingly, and this is kind of surprising because I am running back as playbook, by the way. They do not have a lot of jet sweeps. Well, they have an end around. They don't have jet sweeps. They don't have a lot of jet sweeps, which is kind of surprising. Yes, we get it. He's back from injury. Leave us alone. Oh, God, that worked. Oh, God. Who was it? I swear to God, if it's an offensive lineman, it would be Cameron. Why?
Still second down.
Why? All right. 2nd and 17. I'm just dumping that off to Chase Barr because he's wide open. But 3rd and 13, not ideal. This is not an ideal scenario. And I think I'm going to run PA cross here. Hopefully Brown Miller or I get open, or maybe Melikar. Just somebody get open at least. All right, well, there's me. I didn't do that on purpose. I just think that was the best option available. 4th and 5. I do end up having to punt the ball here, unfortunately. But that's whatever. All right. And I'm just not a big fan of what position we're in. Just not. We have a lot of abilities. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. Thank you for stuffing that up. It's crazy that we have 3 X factors now on defense. I pulled the safety back. That's a touchdown. I pulled the safety back. That was a dumb decision. So that should be a tie game, 7-7. I pressed the square button. Doesn't that mean you dive? And now we got roughing the kicker. I'm gonna roughing the kicker call. Not ideal game. Yeah, I am not returning that. I'm gonna run jet sweep. I'm gonna run jet sweep. I like jet sweep. All right. Can I motion the tight end that way? Can I motion this receiver that way? I can't. Okay. Maybe I might want to run the different jet sweep because, well, you know why. Because at least there's a wide receiver out there. I feel like that plays more preferred if I want to run jet sweeps. Pearl flats. I don't know if Chase we can open on a drag though. Just as I got the ball off, I got hit. All right, 3rd and 11 here. Joey's gonna go on a slant, and I think these routes might just stay the same here. I think that's roughing the passer. I think it's roughing the passer. Why is that a penalty? Like, why do I keep... I get that way too much. That should not be happening basically every play. That should not happen. 4th and 11, I'm forced to punt it again here. And this time, they're literally just 4 yards back from where they were. Basically, what we should have did was just gave them the ball back, but just 4 yards backwards of where they were. Alright, so now we really need to play some defense here. And, okay, decent start. Getting a nice 2nd and 3 scenario. I'm tempted that there's going to be a run play soon. I'm very convinced there's going to be a run play. Be this play. No? Oh, it was a screen. The one problem I always struggle with is looking at the screens. It's like you never expect them. It's just why they're so good. Counter. Get only a 3-year gain. I thought it was like a 5-year gain, but whatever. 2nd and 7. Now we need to play. I know this is a pass. After that run play, they're probably going to pass it. Which they do. And Patrick Mahomes misses a wide open wide receiver. Who was on that guy? Like, what type of coverage were you doing there, bud? That is unacceptable. That is straight up unacceptable. All right. 3rd and 7. Once again, another wide open receiver. But the good thing is, I mean, no matter what, I feel like that was going to be dropped anyway. So, 4th and 7. And they go punt it out of bounds at the 12-yard. Okay, let's just chew the clock here because we're not doing anything on offense. Like, literally, we're doing pretty bad on offense right now. I ain't going to lie. So, getting a efficient run game going right now is the biggest priority. Biggest priority, 0 questions asked. That's going to be open. Just short of the first, but that's okay. Let's run the jet sweep. Hopefully this works. Okay, this isn't the jet sweep I wanted, though, so I'm just run inside zone here. Nice blocks. Gets us to the 34 here. That's not the jet sweep I wanted. Where's the other jet sweep? Game plan, concepts, runs, jet sweep. This jet sweep. Because isn't this the jet sweep with the running back? Or the wide receiver, sorry? It is. That's what I expected. Ooh. So if I want to change the play, there's actually a nice, cheesy little play that I like. Okay. Von Miller gets a first down, and that's going to be the end of the 2-minute warning. I want to use jet sweep more often. Like, I'm playing I'm playing off camera. I run jet sweep a lot more in my offense, and it is so goddamn effective. All right, Carson on a drag here, and somebody should get open. Chase? That's open, and that's a touchdown. Chase Barber with the wide open tutty. Also, perfect ball placement by Jack. Would not put that better. And now that might be a throw that Jack might not make in real life. So, that's what I'm talking about. Dude, imagine this is the Super Bowl next year, or this year, Packers versus Chiefs. That's actually, I mean, that can definitely happen. Like, the Chiefs made it to the Super Bowl last year, won. And the Packers made some big upgrades in the offseason, mainly at wide receiver, unfortunately, not defense. But, you know, with maybe like a couple of breakouts, maybe this Super Bowl might happen. First and 10, oh my God. It don't matter what coverage I run. But this defense is kind of abysmal in some occasions. All right. 2nd and 4. Make a nice stuff, and they call timeout. Honestly, I don't really know who would win this game. Who would win this game, guys? Chiefs or Packers? Who you got your money on if you were gambling? To me, I think I can't bet though over my Packers like this. I don't think I can. Like, yeah, we're probably gonna lose, but I can't put my money not on them. I just can't. And that is another drop, and I'm pretty sure that's Juju Smith-Schuster. The drop. 3rd and 13. All right, so as long as we just play good coverage and not let anything deep, or 10 yards deep at least, we should be just fine here. Remember when I said we don't allow anything deep, Barber? What the frick, man? Barber is such a good corner. Why did he just let him wide open like that? That's bizarre. Especially when he has outside shade too, which should help with this. That's a sack. Great job, Connor Krieger. And they are using another one of their timeouts. Connor is a beast. I mean, yeah, he doesn't have X factor. Funny enough, I think he's the one also getting double teamed, and yet he's still getting after quarterback more than a lot of my players are. 3rd and 5. Obviously, they're going to have to try to get pass off here. Just try to apply the pressure. Apply the pressure. Oh no! Tackle him. Tackle him, please. Thank God. I was so scared I was going to be a touchdown. Dime set. Is there like a dime set with a blitz? There is. That's exactly what I run. Alright, so I want to use a Carter here. This is obviously going to be a pass, which it is. And that is not a touchdown. That's just down at 3. Are they going to take their points here, or they're going to go for it? They're actually going to go for it here. They're going to try to go for the marbles. And that's dropped. Are they going to... Now they're going for the field goal. Honestly, with those drops, I do not blame them trying to go for a field goal here. The kick is up, and it is good. Making it a 10-14 lead. I'm pretty sure they get the ball at half as well. So this is actually very smart by the Chiefs. And I'm just going to return this. But I'm going to drop down immediately when it's 0 seconds. If Jerome could have just got that juke off, I swear that could have been a touchdown. Oh, that's sad. That pains me. Alright. I think this is probably like, if we could get like maybe 1 or 2 stops here on defense for the rest of the game, this is probably a GG. So, as long as we could just do that, we should be just fine. And that's a good start. Not having them have a good field position is a great start. And I'm already sending a blitz because I have a feeling they're going to start off with the ball. So they do it. Stretch. How does he run over not 1, but 2 people? That doesn't make any sense. All right, well, this appears to be maybe another run play, which it is. And now it's a 3rd and 3 because I was on the wrong guy. I'm going to run mid-zone blitz here. I mean, do I trust my defense to guard them for more than like 3 seconds? Probably not, but that's just what we do here. Take risks. We can't go to a Super Bowl without taking a risk. Oh my God. If I switched off, that would have 100% been a sack. That was just my fault for being a chicken. 1st and 10. We need to really make a stop here. All right, that's a great tackle by Carson. Great tackle. If they get a field goal, we need to get a field goal back at least. Like, we need to keep this 4-point lead. That's what we need to do. That's the screen. I recognized the screen that time, but it didn't even matter because that was getting stuffed anyway. 3rd and 5. I just got, I gotta watch the screens, man. I gotta watch those screens. Obviously, I know they're not gonna run a screen here. Oh my God, why is he wide open? Why was Juju Smith-Schuster wide open? Carter, what are you doing, bud? It's an inside zone. Matt misses the tackle, but Carter gets in there, swoops in, 2nd and 10. Now that's what I want to see. I want to see teamwork, but I also want to see tackles for loss, Max. I'm not going to complain, though. He's also the only one on this team with an interception, so I'm not going to complain. Juju gets tackled, but unfortunately in 3rd and 2. Dang, Juju Smith-Schuster has had 8 catches and 101 yards despite all the drops and missed throws that he's had. If I was on Carter, that would have hit. That pisses me off. All right, time to blitz. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with the results right now. I am not happy with what this defense has been doing as of late. I am not happy. I want to run this, but like a blitz. Is this a blitz? Yep. That's exactly what I wanted to run. Good. Second. Oh my god. He had such a big lane. What was that formation? Yeah, that's 5-2. How was he getting open in a 5-2 defense? All right, I'm saying this is a very big risk, but if it works, it's going to work marvelously. Pass. And yeah. I mean, it's a risk for a reason. That's a touchdown. 14, probably to 17, Kansas City Chiefs. This, I hope we don't lose the Super Bowl. I don't want to lose the Super Bowl because it's like, why would we be here? What's the point of being here? You know? But we're just the best team in the NFC. It doesn't feel right to me. Oh, that's great running lane. Great job, Jerome. If Jerome was just a bit faster, though, that would have been really even better. This is literally the first play I ran in this game, and it's a play I'm going to go back to. Does it work? Carson, wide open. And a first down, just like when I ran it the first time. So Shelly could get open, Gable could get open. There's actually a lot of players that potentially get open on this. That's an open Carson Hill, with I think his 5th catch of the day. All right, we need to play smart, right? Let's not play some dumb football here. Let's run the ball. If I can get the good blocks, which I don't know how the heck that went from being looking like to be a loss of 1 to 2 yards. But we need to play smart football here. We can't play dumb, because otherwise we're just going to lose the game. So that's a great job, you know, over 60 yards for him as well. You know, so good job, Carter. Carter has his X Factor, by the way. Did not know that. Oh my god, I thought that was open. To be fair, that was open, but it's just like that was such a bad throw. Like if he threw it more back there, that probably would have been a touchdown. So unfortunately not, and now it's a turnover. Okay, he was not down, but I am not gonna complain. Alright, so 2nd and 10 here. This is definitely a pass, and I kind of want to look for something back here. But in the 3rd quarter, we need to establish the run game and shoot clock. That's what we're gonna need when we get the ball back. But that's also if our defense can stop them. Which haven't really done that well. Not gonna lie. I've asked for 2 stops, and we haven't gotten those 2 stops yet. So when I said that, obviously. Kelsey, oh my god. It's like, I don't know what I want to run, because it's like, no matter what, the defense just gets destroyed by them. 3rd and 3, another drag route. Xavier Worthy somehow holds me to the ball. This is just not going well, like, at all. Like, I have good man coverage corners. It's just like, I don't know why they're just... That should have been so intercepted. What the frick? Alright, 2nd and 10. Alright. Good job, defense. 3rd and 7. Now we just need to play some defense. And hopefully we can get a sack here, because that actually is going to be very clutch right now. Pass. What are you doing? Okay, thank God he was going to throw it back. Dude, there was a guy, like, on the opposite side of where his zone was. What the heck are you doing? Whatever. 4th and 4. They're going to punt it, obviously, but golly, that could have ended so bad. Which, thankfully, it did not. And now we got the ball at the 37. Clutch. All right, unless we get like into field goal range, I am not chewing the clock yet. We need to get into field goal range for starters. And that is not a great start. Getting stuffed up is not a great start for any drive ever. All right, so Carson, I want to pin the block here. I want everybody to slide to the right. So hopefully I can get a good potential chance to roll out here, which I actually do. And that's a first down. Good job. You know, rolling out was key there. All right, we got a read option. I do got to play this a little carefully here. I still ain't used to the buttons yet. I feel like this has almost been a whole Madden cycle. I'm still ain't used to the buttons. 2 carries. I don't even know what that just said, but anyway. 2nd and 10. That was a sketchy pass, but I got it. 3rd and 4 though, so not like it really paid off. All it did was get me 6 yards. 3rd and 4, I'm running it here. And I get stumped. 4th and 1. Alright, I'm gonna run the ball. Alright, we got good lanes. Good lanes. I don't even think I have to chew the clock, really. Like, we're already at 3 minutes left. I don't think I gotta chew the clock at all. That is not ideal. Getting stumped for only 2 yards is not ideal, especially for run plays right now. Alright. Oh, that could be very open. That could be, like, potentially 6 yards at least. That would have been more than 6 yards if Brown Miller or whoever was there to block, but fortunately not. 3rd and 2 here, and yeah, that's perfect. And now we're in the 2-minute warning. You know, long, nice, sustained drives. That's all we need. What we need to do, though, is swap out for Max as my 3rd down running back, because Carter is getting tired. That's for dang sure. All right, so we do got decent amount of time left still, but I need to run a pass play. Just one pass play to get complete. God, that scared me so much. All right, we got a first down. That was literally what we needed. That's exactly what we needed. All right, and now I'm running a jet sweep. Carson, can you just block that guy? If you could block that guy right there, that would be clutch. Or not. And once again, Shoei didn't block anybody, so that doesn't also help. But 2nd and 4. We're down at the 8. I don't have to call timeout yet, at least. And 3rd and 3. Okay, this is not a great scenario to be in. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, we gotta run to the left here. And nice job. I'm actually gonna call a timeout here. This is where I'm calling a timeout. And I'm running fullback dive. I know it's not ideal to put your trust on a fullback, especially in this case, but I got to. Oh my god. Okay. That wasn't ideal. Okay. Bro, why is the clock chewing that much? Oh my goodness. Okay, this is not good. This is not good. 3rd and goal at the 6. And I don't have RPO peaks on bubble, which is such a big, crucial play. I gotta run it. Let me no huddle. I freaking lost because of no huddle. That is sad. That is sad. You lost because of no huddle and it's bullcrap. That is frustrating. That pisses me off. But I'm in such a good mood right now that like that can't even make me that mad. So unfortunately, we lose the Super Bowl. Not ideal, but whatever. I wonder, is there like a setting that I could turn off? Minimum play clock time. Yeah, I'm turning that to like 25. It'll be off. You know, I think I might just turn it off and just see how that might go. I don't know. But I guess that's might be something I might just do for now. But yeah, but unfortunately, we didn't make it to the Super Bowl. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace.